Stephen Woodward, co-editor at the Unpluggedgamer.com. Now stay tuned for your review.
Alright, let's talk about Timeline from Asmodee Games. This game is very simple, and it's very easy to teach this game. All you do is you have a stack of cards, each with historical events on both sides. The same event is on both sides painted on, but one side has the date. And so it's important as you play you don't look at the date because it kind of ruins the game. You just want to look at the non-date side that just has the description of the event. So each player is dealt 4 cards, and I'll take these, and 1 card is played first. So let's start by playing the invention of the ink pen. So as all the players gather around to play, they surround this one. You're building a timeline out from this card. Okay, so in my hand here, what we're looking to do is, from the 4 cards that you have, you're going to place them where you think it fits on the timeline. So the best thing to do is to start with the one you're not so sure about. I'm not 100% sure on the invention of Chinese calligraphy, but I'm gonna guess that it happened way before the end. Yes. Oh gosh. Yeah. That's the way this game goes. Is that you think you know a date, but then it turns out you were possibly way off. Okay. So then another player would put their card in the timeline where they think it happened, and this hand is pretty easy. So, like for instance, the Earth is formed. I'm gonna say that goes before them all. Yeah. The first appearance of a superhero, obviously a little bit after the ink pen, yeah, quite a bit after, 50 years, okay, and as the game progresses, as more cards are played, the timeline gets narrower, it gets more specific. That's when the game gets harder, because then you're having to fit, you know, if you're looking at the 1800s, it seems like most cards actually fit into the 1800s. So if you have a lot of those, it gets down to just maybe a decade or even 5 years trying to fit in a card into that specific time frame. The invention of the die, I'm gonna say, happened after the invention of calligraphy, and I was right. Okay. So that's the way this game works. And I'm going to quickly show you some more of the cards from the. This is the combined historical events deck and diversity deck. The diversity, the diversity expansion has a little bit of everything, a little bit of music, arts and cinema, and inventions and science, and also, this is just combined with the historical events deck, which just focuses on the history. But you can see the art on these cards. It's very, very good and very detailed. And often, you are not just going from your own knowledge of history. Often, you are actually analyzing. I'm going to flip over and look at the. You're trying to analyze context clues in the painting. They're very specifically painted. For instance, in this card, the discovery of the city of Palink, you really have to. You're looking for the discovery. That's a key word there. When was this city discovered? And you can see on this card, you really have to look, if you don't already know, what is that guy wearing? And it looked to me like he was wearing a Spanish conquistador helmet and outfit. So that tells you, that informs your decision about when it happened. This is the Four Seasons Symphony. And like in this card, if you didn't see that guy with his dress, then it would be a lot more difficult to guess what year this was invented. But the art is really, really phenomenal. The more I play it, the more I'm impressed with the detail.
Okay, so let's talk about Timeline. from Asmodee Games, and this has been one of the biggest surprises. Someone in my gaming group brought it in, and I didn't know what it was, and as soon as I started playing it, it immediately clicked with me, and I just began having fun. And that's my experience with playing this game totally. It's really simple to teach. You're just playing card. You're just playing one card at a time, trying to fit it on a timeline. But it's surprisingly deep and fun, and you feel like you're learning a lot as you play. Especially, I've got the historical edition here, but you can get music and cinema. I also got the diversity deck, which has all of the different types of timelines combined: inventions, history, arts, and entertainment. So you can really customize it to the group you're playing with. And again, it's so simple to teach, and it starts off really easy because you're just playing one card on a timeline. It's very easy to figure out that that World War I happened before the first rover Mars landing. Okay, but as the game progresses and you're trying to fit individual events more finely tuned within the timeline, that becomes very difficult and a lot of fun. And I really love this game. I could see the replay value maybe decreasing over time as you've sort of exhausted the set of cards that you have. That's a possibility, but I also think that as time goes on, maybe you take a break from it, you sort of forget some of the cards. Really, even if you know the dates of the cards, still trying to fit them in to smaller increment levels on the timeline. That's where the difficulty comes in. So I feel like the replay value is going to hold up even after many replay sessions. Highly recommend this game. It's very cheap, $10 to $15 depending on which version you get. So it's a great starter game for any game group night, or to play with your parents or whatever.